tell us a ghost tale.
Our so-called leaders prostituted us to the West, destroyed our culture, our economies, our honor.
Relax, dude. It's just a video game. Hey everybody, this is Alex from the Kibosh Video Game Podcast, and this is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for the PlayStation 3. Even though this game is the fourth in the franchise and has only been out for 3 years, the sheer number of first-person shooters on the market, along with the consecutive release of a new Call of Duty game every year since this one, has led this game to feel like it's been out for a much longer time than it has. Now whether this is a good or a bad thing is debatable. On the one hand, even in its short time in existence, it has established itself as a classic in the eyes of many fans. Now this is in part to it being the first in the series to move away from the World War II setting, and also in part to its immensely popular multiplayer that has been copied and expanded upon by its younger Call of Duty brothers, as well as many other shooters trying to get a leg in on Modern Warfare's success. The question now is, does it still stand up to its successors, or is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare's classic status owe itself to nostalgia-covered eyes? In the main campaign, you take the role of British Special Air Service recruit, Sergeant John Soap McTavish, as you and your mentor, Captain Price, amongst others, try to stop the leader of the Russian ultra-nationalist Imran Zakhaev from returning Russia to Soviet rule. The plot can become confusing, however, as even though you play through most of the game as Soap McTavish, you will also be thrown into the shoes of 5 other characters throughout the course of the single-player campaign. This also includes 2 flashback missions, which only adds to the confusion. Now these transitions can be hard to catch sometimes if you don't pay close attention to the mission briefing text on the bottom of the screen at the beginning of each mission. There is a high level of immersiveness, however. All cutscenes in the game are done in the first-person perspective, which really gives you the feel that you are in this world experiencing the war firsthand. Despite the confusing plot, the single-player mode is packed full of action that will keep any fan of the FPS genre satisfied. The game has a nice variety of gameplay spread out throughout the different missions. Instead of just running and gunning through the whole game, there are also missions where you have to implement stealth, and sections of on-rail shooting where you'll have to fly in the gunner seat of various aircrafts. The pacing and variety of the missions is what makes Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare an enjoyable game, but if you came up with only the intention to play through the single-player mode, you may be left out, as you can run through the entire game in as little as 4 to 5 hours. Most people, however, came to Modern Warfare for the multiplayer. Modern Warfare has your typical set of deathmatch and objective types, and is laid out with perks, kill streaks, and a variety of weapon loadouts, all customizable. The fun of Modern Warfare's multiplayer comes from its leveling system. As you level up, you unlock new items, weapons, and perks to add to your arsenal. It can be a little harder to find a match online, as this game has now been mostly overlooked by its successors, but that is no reason not to play the multiplayer of this game, as it is immensely fun to play. And even though there have been multiple Call of Duty games that have come out since this one, there is a balance and simplicity to the structure of Modern Warfare that still makes it a blast to play, and could still stand above more recent Call of Duty games, if you find their excessive flair and grandeur to take away from what made the Call of Duty formula so great in the first place. One major problem with the PS3 version, however, stems from the recent hacking of the PS3 hardware. As I tried to record footage of a multiplayer game for this review, I unfortunately found every match to be heavily hacked, as you can see in this footage. So if you have yet to experience Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and are a fan of realistic shooters or any other Call of Duty games, go ahead and give this one a try, but maybe only as a rental, as its classic status doesn't necessarily hold it up as an excellent investment unless you can find it cheap. And due to the heavily hacked multiplayer of the PS3 version, I cannot recommend this version for you. I would actually say go out and play it on the PC or Xbox 360. And on top of that, if you are an achievement or trophy whore, the PS3 version does not have trophies. See that? See how I just saved that guy on the stairs? If this was the Xbox 360 version, I would have gotten an achievement for that. Don't worry, Ricewitz, I've still got your back.